There's a particular look that women of color know well, the tutting and the pursed lips, the eye rolls and the raised brows, the averted gaze and crossed arms. Their body language and unspoken words are designed to do one particular thing: put us in our place. As women of color, we experience it everywhere we go. You might call it a microaggression, a chip on our shoulder, or even a figment of our imagination, but it dictates our personal lives and careers, erecting barriers and keeping us within the confines of what people expect non-white women to be. After the Queen's death, when members of the royal family met mourners outside Balmoral, I saw this look again in how some of the public interacted with Meghan Markle. While some greeted her with the same warmth as they extended to Kate Middleton, others gave her a more icy reception. One video appeared to show a woman folding her hands while Meghan engaged with those around her, while others appeared to show royal fans shaking their heads and deliberately looking away to make their disapproval clear. The racist treatment of Meghan Markle is plain to see. It's documented across our media, to be found in derogatory headlines, and the obsession of some talk shows and their hosts with her life. The double standard between her and Kate Middleton is perhaps where this pernicious racism has been most exposed, and the past week was no different. Whereas Kate Middleton was seen as altruistic and motherly for not attending the palace following the Queen's death, Meghan Markle was considered selfish and inconsiderate. It's abundantly clear that in the eyes of some, black women can never win, especially ones who dare to marry into the symbol of white elitism that is the royal family. Women of color who live and work in white spaces know how this treatment, often at the hands of white women, can come to dominate and limit our lives. As a mixed-race, visibly Muslim woman, I have felt the brunt of this as the only Muslim on my course at university, as the only Muslim in some of my first jobs, and even at the hands of some members of my family who consider me foreign and threatening for wearing a hijab. When I saw how some of the public reacted to Meghan and the gaslighting on social media that came in defense of it, I felt the full force of what it means to be a woman of color in a country as divided and elitist as Britain. What Meghan Markle faces at the hands of the press and the British public who interact with her is what women of color across the country are met with in job interviews and workplaces, from partners' families who are unwelcoming of their race, and from strangers on the street. It is what we internalize as we are systemically and purposefully beaten down by a country and a system that seeks to disenfranchise those who don't conform to its narrow confines of Britishness. The first time I experienced a look like this was when I went out of the house wearing a hijab for the first time. As a mixed-race teenager, I had been unknowingly passing as white my entire life, and I didn't realize that the adults around me, in the supermarket, on the bus, and even my teachers at school, could be capable of regarding me in a way dripping with such loathing. It made me curl up into myself and feel uncomfortable, and even frightened, in white spaces that I had once inhabited with such ease. It made me feel like a foreigner in my own hometown, something threatening and repulsive that grown-ups diverted their children's eyes from in case my otherness was contagious. I experienced it again at university as one of the only non-white state school-educated students on my course. When I tried to make conversation, I was considered something taboo that nobody wanted to associate with. My overt, visible foreignness wasn't cool enough. I couldn't join in with my course mates' conversations about second homes in the south of France, or which renowned private school they had attended, and I wasn't there on the nights out at the pub with our seminar leaders. I couldn't laugh about how drunk so-and-so had got last night, and so I became silent and reclusive again. I avoided situations where I would be the only person of color, because the reaction I received from the white people around me made me feel like I wanted to break out of my own skin. Now, in my late 20s, I realize that as a protective mechanism, I have surrounded myself with friends and family who share my marginalized status because I find solace in our mutual experiences, our joint oppression. But the impact of this prevalent racism is still etched into my mind. It makes me second-guess myself, avoid opportunities, and sell myself short. Even now, when I am in a shop or a job interview or on the tube, and I am met with that same look that Meghan Markle was subject to last week, I am shocked by how it impacts me, how it makes me question all over again the right to exist in the country I was born in.
That's it for now. Please like, subscribe, share, donate, etc. If you would like to make a donation and you don't know how, to help support this channel, you can go to the comments section where you can find links to the Patreon, the PayPal, and the Cash App. Thanks for watching Royal Sussex.